Okay. When I compared the two models and started running the models side by side, what I realized was that the model that I had before would be beneficial to a company, but not beneficial to the community. Why is that? Because that 8 level comp plan, although it's 21% up front, 21, 13, 8, 5, 3, 2, 1, 1, that comp plan by filling that out on 5 levels, you would have only created a total of 3,000 and some change. $3,000 and some change is what it would have ended up being. Okay, 3,000 and some change. When I ran this model and I compressed it, and I put, and I'm not going to say I'm not taking credit for it, but ChatGPT said no, redo the model this way. So I ran the model with 12, 12 on top, ran the model with 8, 9, 8, 9, 10, 12, 12. I ran the model in different ways, many different ways, and this was the model that paid the most. Right, this is the model that paid the most. And here's the reason why. Before, companies always told me, they always told all the distributors, hey, even 1% on, if you on level 8 and you got 100,000 people on level 7, that's 1% of 100,000. You're gonna make a lot of money. But then I kind of realize now that that's all BS they've been telling us for all these years, because most people don't get to those levels. So we looked at all the models, and most people, if they duplicate and they work a little bit, they can get to this level. So the difference between a 5 by 5 on the difference between a 5 by 5 on 8 levels, the way it was structured before, and a 5 by 5 on 5 levels is this. This one ends up paying 11,172, and this means that you're getting paid 3.3 times the amount of money that the original comp plan was going to pay. 3.3 times the amount of money comp plan was going to pay. This is a very simple comp plan. There's no hidden nothing. There's no breakaway to the company. There's none of that stuff because there's no company. Okay. The coins here are the company. The coins are what collectively ties all of us together. So we are the company. Think of Uber, for example. Okay. Think of Uber, for example, whereby Uber Uber provides a small service. Uber takes about 25%, and they give 75% back to the drivers. You guys got that model, right? Uber, Airbnb, all of them use about the same kind of platform model. Does that make sense? You guys getting you guys following what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So here in our system, 79% of all the money is paid back out into the field to everybody. 54% in this comp plan, right? You got 10, 10, this is 30, and 24 is 54%. Pretty straightforward. There's no hidden anything. The only thing we have here in these first 3 levels, this first 3 levels is forced, is a forced matrix, which means that these first 3 levels means who comes first, second, and third falls in, but it doesn't really matter because you're getting paid the same amount of money on the first 3 levels anyway. So the first 3 levels, you can help somebody, you can put somebody and leave somebody, it doesn't matter because all 3 levels, you're getting paid the same 10%. But even in that company where I built 100,000 people in that company, even in that company, I was only 46 people across my front line. So nobody's ever going to be never, you're not, and the biggest builders, I'm not the biggest builder, but some of my mentors and stuff, I seen them go 100 crossing their front line, but they're never going to be 3,000 people crossing their front line. So we want to put the money where you can get the money, because why? Because I want the money to go back to the people here, right? Because there's no owner. I'm the founder, but I make my money on tokens, not on trying to take commissions from you, right? Every other structure, the traditional structures we come from is 80-20. The company keeps 80% because they're a corporation. They got to pay buildings, they got to pay staff fees, and quite frankly, they want to make the money. That's why they open a company, and they pay 20, 30% back in commissions and operational costs, right? Back up to the field. Here is actually the opposite way around, right? So here you got 54% of the commissions. There's no breakage. There's nothing hidden. Um, it really is 10%. So that's $2.40 for every person that comes in on your first level. Now, for the matrix part, it's a forced matrix. But the truth be told is that you can go 10, 10 across, 15 across. It doesn't really matter. We got more than one tree, and I'm explaining these things to you guys because now this is more of a training than it is introduction call. Okay, so I'm going a little bit deeper for you to get a fuller understanding of what we actually doing here. Okay, Is that okay if I go a little bit deeper? Because you guys already spent time with us. You spent a little bit of money, and we appreciate the fact that you show some belief, although you don't have full understanding. So I want to share with you so you have a better understanding, although you might not understand everything. But between now and time we finish this call up, which I hope to finish in about 25 minutes. Is that okay? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yes.
So, by the way, I love you guys for taking this journey with us here in MapPass because this is, Shelley said it to me yesterday. This doesn't work for me. I actually love what I do. I love the fact that we can give our people freedom in this big, big thing called a tokenized economy that's happening right in front of us. You can go online, you can figure it out. The biggest of the biggest, and I can show a 4-minute video if you guys want me to show you, but there's trillions of dollars, trillions of dollars, trillions of dollars. BlackRock says it. You can go to YouTube and type it in, but there's trillions of dollars in tokenization of all the financial instruments, bonds, stocks, mutual funds. Actually, I will show you that 4-minute video. Bond, stocks, mutual funds, all that stuff. The whole 9 yards is going to be tokenized. Okay, everything that you know will be tokenized. We just started with the first part, which is tokenization of identification. Why is that? Because every single thing that you own in your bank, you have to have an ID for. Every asset that you own has to be tied to a person. Today is tied to a person. Actually, today is tied to your ID. Your ID is your login to your bank account. Your ID is your piece of card or passport that you carry around that identifies you so you're able to cross borders. That is your current ID. Every single thing that you know in this world, just as sure as we went from dial-up phones to cell phones to and we went from VHS tapes to DVDs to streaming. Now no longer does Blockbuster exist anymore. The same way we are going to tokenization of all assets, funds, mutual funds, all those kinds of things. So what am I doing? Is in order for us to be able to capitalize on all that money that's coming this way, we have to be organized. Okay, we have to be organized, and that's the only way that is going to work. So this compensation plan is really to pay you, the organizers, for your skill set of being able to organize people, right? And nobody has to go more than 5 wide. You can go 10 wide if you wanted to. You can go 25 wide, but nobody has to go more than 5 wide because you going 25 wide does not help to set the direction and tone for your team. And if your team follows these exact structures, your team, you can tell them with mathematical certainty, here's what you're going to make. Now, I know you guys saw a different one that had 288 on the front. What the computer was modeling, it was modeling when you sell your five across the top, right? And your five across the top buy, the MapPass ID, and then those five people underneath those bought the MapPass ID, and the commissions went up. And that happened here, and the commissions went up. It was modeling that at the end of this, you will have 288 on your first level because all the commissions that went up. So the percentage you would have, 5 times 12 right here. So 5 times 240 right here. And then here you would have 5 times another 240, which is 12. That would be underneath this one, underneath this one, underneath this one. So what it was modeling, it was showing you what a complete structure would look like, how much money you would have made completed on every single level, not what you make on the levels going across without the completion of the commissions underneath those levels. Does that make sense? You see the difference?
Yeah,
Yes, I did.
this one
Yes, I got it.
this yeah, this one is much clearer for us, Jamal.
Yeah, right. Right. That's why I got this one for you because I know the
Mhm.
other one, could have been, but this one doesn't. This one it just shows you, okay, here you go, $12. Here you go, $60 at 25 times. But what is not showing you is the roll up that happens here as well, right? The roll up because when this person, yes, these people buy, you get this 12%. But this 12% also rolled up and it rolled up and it rolled up and it rolled up on these 5 levels, right? So that's how that works. Okay. All right. So, but this is all math. 11,172. If you got teams in Africa, anywhere else, or people just can't afford the money right up front, right up front, then is it, if they build a team of $2.40, which really is really people who can't do it at all, because what we're releasing tomorrow, you'll hear about it, is access keys, right? Access keys. Let me stop here for a second, stop the share. I'm gonna show you a different screen. I also sent Shelley and Carolyn. I sent that comp plan to your group so you can see. Let me know if you guys got that.
Yes. I dropped this in the chat.
All right, let's let me know everybody got it so you guys have it.
Is it the same one you had on the screen? Because I just did a screenshot.
Look in the chat and see there are PDF forms in there. If you open them up, you can study them.
Where they at and which chat?
In
Which
Carolyn Green's well, the chat where we usually meet with Carolyn. Carolyn's Endgame.
Okay.
Do you see them there?
I know that I just got that, so I just got into that room.
Yeah, just look in there. They're there.
Okay.
You're welcome.
All right, guys, I'm going to share another screen. I just want to make sure everybody has them. And it'd be my pleasure to get on here and help you and your teams and everything, in the next couple of days as we move forward. I'm going to show you something else real quick as well. All right. Now I'm going to share with you guys how this all fits together. And I plan to do that pretty quickly, pretty succinctly. Is that okay? Because I don't want to I don't want to overwhelm you guys with information, but so you can see.
No, it's okay.
Okay, good.
We're
Good,
here to
good.
learn.
Awesome, awesome. I'm here to share as much as I can. Again, I get excited about this stuff. I'm on here 15 hours a day, but I love what we're doing. Okay. Have you guys ever heard about a company called BlackRock before?
I have.
Okay. If you haven't, go look at BlackRock. Let me just put it this way. BlackRock manages your government's finance. If you think your government manages its own finance, it's not correct. There's a documentary on YouTube. You can go look it up. You can go look it up about BlackRock. They manage they BlackRock. They have trillions. They're the largest financial management. BlackRock and Blackstone, both of them. They're the largest financial money management system out there. With if you go online, it says 10 trillion, but it's a lot more than $10 trillion under management. Okay, so these guys kind of know what they're talking about. These guys run. If you're interested, go watch the documentary, right? Because what we're doing was never really supposed to be network marketing or anything like that. We just use that model to bring people in. What you actually are part of is a lot more like a Google or a Facebook or something like that. Okay, hence the reason why we got 19,531 people. Those people are going to be inside of our system. Okay, so let me share with you here real quickly BlackRock and what they're saying about what's going to happen here very shortly. This guy his name is Larry Fink. He's the CEO of BlackRock. Okay, so let me share this real quick with you.
Sounds futuristic? Well, it's happening now. BlackRock. Imagine turning your house, stocks, or even a bar of gold into digital tokens. Sounds futuristic? Well, it's happening now.
Can everybody hear okay?
Yes.
Yes, we can.
BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, is stepping boldly into the blockchain world with their Bitcoin ETF and advocating for more cryptocurrency ETFs. Their CEO, Larry Fink, envisions these moves as mere stepping stones towards a groundbreaking concept: tokenization.
Let me be clear. I think ETFs are step one in the technological revolution in the financial markets. Step two is going to be the tokenization of everything.
Now I'm going to pause this twice in this video. You just saw the price of Bitcoin was 46,000. That gives you an idea how far along the curve we already at before people actually even know what's going on. Now pause it one more time at the end to point out one thing and you'll see it. But it has to do with ID.
Every financial asset. And to me, this is where we believe it's going. So we're looking at Bitcoin, we're looking at ETFs in the same manner. These are technological changes that can allow us to move forward.
What exactly is tokenization, and how might it transform our approach to real-world assets? At its core, tokenization involves converting the rights to an asset, whether it be bonds or real estate, into a digital token on a blockchain network. It enhances liquidity, turning previously illiquid assets like buildings or artwork into easily traded tokens. Traditionally, bonds have been the domain of large financial institutions, often out of reach for everyday investors. Furthermore, the traditional bond issuance process is costly, involving intermediaries like clearinghouses and underwriters, not to mention significant legal fees. By tokenizing bonds, the asset becomes available to retail investors, increasing their liquidity and affordability. Smart contracts, which can be thought of as self-operating sets of rules coded into the blockchain, function like a vending machine. Just as a vending machine automatically dispenses your chosen snack after you input the correct amount, smart contracts automatically execute agreed-upon actions, such as distributing interest payments, thereby reducing the costs associated with issuing bonds.
Okay, pause one. You just heard about smart contracts. That's how this whole thing is working. It's how you're getting paid right now, okay? Smart contracts.
This not only makes the process cheaper for borrowers but also more profitable for lenders. It's a win-win in the world of finance. And speaking of wins, if you're curious about how the blockchain is transforming bonds, don't miss our in-depth video on this topic. Another asset class, among others, heading towards tokenization is real estate, as seen with the St. Regis Aspen Resort. Here, 19.9% of the property was transformed into Aspen coins, each representing a share in the luxury resort. Tokenization transforms real estate by turning traditionally illiquid assets into liquid ones, enabling fractional ownership. For example, investors can now own a portion, like 3%, of a property, making it easier to buy and sell these fractions. Tokenization also democratizes real estate investments. By breaking down properties into tokens, it lowers the entry barrier for investors, broadening market accessibility. Moreover, it cuts out many intermediaries such as brokers and agents, reducing costs and simplifying transactions. Furthermore, the blockchain technology underpinning tokenization ensures both transparency and security. Its immutable ledger offers equal access to asset information and robust protection against data tampering, enhancing trust in ownership records and transaction history. As we reach the end of our exploration into the world of asset tokenization, let's examine what BlackRock's CEO Larry Fink highlighted. We have the technology to tokenize today. If you have a tokenized security and identity,
Okay, I think we just hit our point right here. Security and identity, hence the reason why MapPass ID. Okay, that's the number one thing I want you to see on that. Well, not number one, but the one important thing I want you to see on that video. You guys got that? They're talking about identity. So we got a choice. We're going to own our own identity, or are we going to keep using somebody else's? Whether it's Larry Fink, whether it's Chase Bank, U.S. Bank, whether it's Bank of Bahamas, whatever it is, or the government that you're currently under. But there's trillions of dollars coming this way, right? Now that's not me saying it. I'm just saying what the big guys out there are saying. Okay, so how does all this fit together? Okay, let me share with you a little bit of a concept here. Okay, let me pull up one other page here. I just had it here for you. Okay, give me 1 second here. And I'm gonna flash a couple quick things here, just not to get into detail because it'll be a whole lot of detail if I had to do so. But I just want you to get the big picture for right now. All right. So I'm gonna go to another one pager here. I'm gonna share with you. And part of the challenge with having a project, both of them. I'm gonna go here and come back here. But part of the challenge with having a project like this at this scale is knowing exactly what to present on it, and that's what we've been working on because the project is sound, but what to present on is always what it is because we don't want to overwhelm, but we want you to see the larger picture. All right, good. So I'm going to share with you this, and then I'm going to give you a couple little quick parts, and we'll be able to wrap up. So MapPass, this is a one-page overview, okay? MapPass digital identity that gives you a seat in a real limited community of 19,531 founders. What you get, $24, you get a verified MapPass ID, means you're a real person in the system. Now, we're going to offer you a founder seat. We're doing that right now, but later on, founder seats are separate. Why is a founder seat separate? A founder seat is like a seat in a stadium. Okay, it's like a seat in a stadium. You got the seat, but you're a person. So the people who come in today to MapPass. Hello. Did somebody say something? Did somebody say something?
I think that was an error.
Oh, okay.
Somebody said something. I don't know.
All right, no worries. No worries. Thank you, Joanne. Love you, Joanne.
Welcome.
I'm getting to know you. All right, check this out, right? So what you get? You got 19,531 seats, and I'll explain that to you in a little bit more in detail in a second. So it gives you a place to build with others, circles of 5. Okay. Just think of the idea here of, just keep the idea of a stadium in your mind, okay? How it works, you got access keys, 10 keys unlock one MapPass ID. You can claim a founder seat. That's what we're doing right now. It's a special. But later on, people are going to have to get their founder seats, and they're going to have to get the MapPass ID because this seat is really, think of a seat in a stadium, right? If you got premium seats, or if you ever been to a concert, the seats on the floor are valued at a whole lot more money than the seats way, way, way back in the stadium. Box office seats are valued a lot more, And so what you really have is you got a stadium that can tokenize assets and other things that you are giving people access to. When you become a member, you're able to give them access to the same said stadium. And I'll explain that to you here in a second. The stadium, a live counter shows how many founder seats are active. When all seats are filled, the next phase opens. What does active mean? You complete 5 simple steps, claim a seat, join a circle. That's what you're doing right now with everything you're doing already. Okay, access keys. Access keys are entry credits, valued at $2.40. They can be sent to others. 10 keys can unlock one MapPass ID. In addition, the keys, you could use the keys to do services inside the system. Capacity packs, that says, hey, you know what? I know I'm going to bring 5 people or 10 people to MapPass. Let me just go ahead and get my 5 or 10 people so that we can be in the same section in the stadium. Okay. All right. So let me switch over to a different page. Just remember the stadium. Remember the stadium. Remember that thought process that we're going over here with. Okay. Now, share with you this. Okay. So here is a stadium. You see the stadium right here? Can you see the stadium?
Yes.
Okay. This is where the 19,531 people are going to be seated at, okay, around the stadium. The groups of 5 is just so we can sit you in the stadium properly together, so you can sit with your own folk. Okay. Now, what's happening inside the stadium? Here's the back end of, that's actually the middle end behind. Here's what happens. MapPass brings you inside the stadium. Here's the stadium itself. This is what's called DreamPlay. DreamPlay is a very sophisticated system whereby you can start any business, any idea, any thought that you wanted to have, any dream that you had. You can follow the steps inside a DreamPlay. Step 1, step 2, step 3, 120 steps. So you could become eligible for VC funding. Again, family, this is not a network marketing, let me run a mix of you can make a lot of money from organizing groups together, but this is a real company with real investors. We got real investors looking at this. My partner, top of what he did in Wall Street, his partner, a guy named Joe Plasko, you guys will meet him over time. Joe ran a company called Collins Stewart, which is one of the largest investment banks in the UK. $14 billion under management. Okay. 14 billion with a B. Okay. So this is how this all works. Okay. So back here, you can follow this, right? You can follow DreamPlay. So let me ask in here with our people that are online, have any of you ever had an idea or business that you wanted to start, a dream that you ever had that you wanted to do, but you didn't have the funding or whatever to make it happen? Anybody on the line have a dream?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Joanne, can you please share yours with us?
I don't think so.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? This is why what we have is so powerful, because there's a lot of people with a lot of beautiful. I talked to a lady yesterday. She's part of okay, these are some people in our community here, but I talked to a lady yesterday. She wants to start an ice cream empire. This is a lady, she started what's called Paul's Safe Oasis, Global Sanctuaries for Well-Being, right? You can come look at this, read if you want. Endowment Factory. This is creating endowments for families. Endowments for families, faith-based organizations, businesses, educational institutions, decentralized platform, leverage Web3 technologies to create transparent, secure, customizable endowments, right? Talks about Crest Unlocking, global health and wellness. These are people, Ruffin and Sons. These people are actually starting their own business and their own dreams. Okay. All right. I want you to see this with a woman's jar. This is another system, a debt payment system. We have a gaming system inside of it. All right. Partnerships. This is Divine Nine. This is somebody's dream right here. Okay. Veterans Capital, people that want to do stuff for decentralized acquisitions vehicle for African American veterans. Okay. You could start your own business of any sort that you want. Okay. Why is that? Let me show you. Because just as CDs went to DVDs, right? Sorry, this is cassette tapes, sorry, went to CDs, and the old VHS tapes went to, CDs and DVDs, and we went from old dial-up phones to cell phones. Everything is moving from Web 2 to Web 3. Okay. Web 2 is what you're looking at right now. Web 1 was the old dial-up. That was Web 1. Well, you couldn't talk to people two ways. Web 2 is two-way communication. Okay. Web 3 is what you're seeing right now, blockchain, tokens, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Can you see the screen still?
Yes.
Okay, so there's 1.1 billion total websites, primarily websites for business. Most people don't just have a website, saying, hey, look at me, I'm cute. Most people have a website, even if it's their own personal website, it's a website saying, hey, look, I'm a coach, I'm a this, I'm a that, right? So just like music didn't change, the medium for operating music changed. Okay, the medium for operating music changed. In other words, we went from record players to cassettes, and from 8 tracks and all these things, cassettes to DVDs to streaming music to iPods. Right, when Apple first came with the iPod, and now it's all streaming. Now you can't find a VHS tape nowhere. There used to be a time people used to leave their house and go to the video shop to rent videos, and that was a big Friday night, Saturday night, whole family got together or went to Redbox, wherever it was. Today, you just go online and you go to Netflix and you watch movies, right? So there's 1.1 billion. Now, these businesses came online when the internet happened. So a lot of companies that didn't exist before, like flowers.com, carrental.com, all these kind of companies that only exist online, amazon.com, they exist on the internet. What I'm saying to you guys is that there's a lot of companies that's going to launch on Web3. Okay. So you got that part, you got the stadium. So here's what MapPass is doing. MapPass is helping to fill the stadium. Here's the reason why. Every person in the stadium not only has tokens, every single one of these spots that you have of founders, every single one of these founder spots has token. Not only DPLIQ token, but it's going to have MapPass token underneath it. Why? Because we understand that people might or might not be able to start up a franchise, whether it be a coffee company or any kind of franchise business out there, whatever it is. But we understand that there's billions and billions and billions of companies coming this way. There's companies that don't even exist today, just like Google didn't exist before and Yahoo didn't exist before the internet. There's plenty of companies and dApps and stuff like that because now everybody can play. All the admins in Nigeria and South Africa and everything else, they can, for the first time, they just need to have a cell phone and a little bit of internet and they can get involved. They could teach your kids or tutor them and you can send them some token and they can make some money. Before they have to go build a whole website and do all the other stuff they had to go do and try to get a bank account and everything else. Good luck on that. There's billions of people that are unbanked today that the internet Web3 will take care of that. So my point is that there's billions and billions and billions and billions of companies, trillions of dollars coming this way. How do you do it? You organize. You have to be organized. Okay. So let me give you a real application of what's going to happen as people come inside the DreamPlay. Here's a real application of what's going to happen. So Carolyn, Joanne is a little shy to pitch her business. Still love you, Joanne. It's all good. Carolyn, what kind of business or idea or dream did you ever want that you ever had? Can you share with us, please?
Well, this is what I plan on doing. I really was interested in the bed and breakfast.
Bed and breakfast, beautiful. Tell me a little bit more about your bed and breakfast.
Pardon me?
Tell me a little bit more about your bed and breakfast. What makes it a little bit different?
No, I'm interested in starting one.
Okay, awesome. Okay, good. So here's the thing: bread and breakfast, beautiful, right? Existing concept. And in this dream play, you can go through the back and figure out, okay, what do I need to do if I want to start a business? It might be to start a bed and breakfast business. I talked to a lady yesterday. She said she wants to start an ice cream empire. Whatever your business is, let me show you what's going to happen. Now you can go through dream play and it'll tell you step by step what you need to do, over 120 days or whatever to actually prepare yourself for a business. What do you need to do? What's your value proposition? What's your edge? Pitch it to a couple of people so you get a feel for how you're going to pitch it, et cetera, because you're going to need investors, et cetera. I'm gonna use anybody else want to share real quick their business idea that they might have. Something that you was dreaming about since you was a kid, or that you saw along the way that you always thought that'd be a great idea. Anybody? I see. I'm creative. June Taylor. I'd be interested to hear what I'm creative has to create. Anybody else want to share? Don't be shy. It's not school. Nobody's gonna. This is the opposite to school, where somebody's gonna, laugh at your idea or something like this. This is the whole idea behind dream play. So people can play their dreams into reality. Anybody else? Give me one other person, please. One other person. Shelley, any other person who wants to share. Let's unmute real quick.
My dream personally is to start a textile printing business.
Beautiful.
My own design.
Beautiful. Let me ask you this: why have you not started it yet?
Lack of money. I don't have the materials. I just have the drawings in my mind.
Yep.
But no, what can I do? I don't have a printer. I don't have paints. I don't have the shirts, the different dresses. I need funds.
Okay. Wonderful. So here's how Shelley's dream is going to come true. Okay. Here's how Miss Carolyn's dream is going to come true. And Joanne, I don't think you get away. I'm going to call you personally, Joanne. I want to hear what your dream is. Right. Never be afraid to share your dream. My dream is to connect a lot of people around the world and put them in a position where they can maximize their own personal benefit. This is what MapPass is all about, family. Okay. And to do it in a familiar.
I think that a lot of people just don't know how to go about it either.
Exactly. Who is that?
MapPass will show them how.
Who is it that's speaking? I don't see it. It's not showing up my screen. Who's speaking?
This is Anna.
Thank you, Anna. You were absolutely right. Thank you so much, Anna. Anna is correct. A lot of people just don't know how to go about saying it. What would they go about doing to start it? Dream play. Okay, so check this out. You come into we allow people into this DreamPlay arena. When this is finished, there's people that want to fund or pitch their idea. Okay. So Shelley comes up, pitches her idea. There's 19,000 people, 19,531 people who say, you know what, Shelley's idea sounds good, like a Shark Tank, by the way. But instead of sharks, is community people. 19,000 people say, oh, I love Shelley's idea. You know what? Let me just put $10 into that idea because I think that idea has the ability to become a big textile company. Let me just put $10 in the idea through a mechanism we got called community staking. Okay. So 10 times 19,531 means Shelley just raised $195,000 to do her business. Hope you guys just saw that. Okay. Shelley pitched her idea. You know, I want to get a textile business. I want to do this. And DreamPlay gives her a step-by-step way to put it into that it makes sense. Now, if she can put that in front of these 19,531 people who we all gave tokens to, we all helped to create wealth for everybody in that group. That's why it's a private group. That's why we're not saying 19 million, but 19,531 to be a founder here. We're going to put money, liquidity, et cetera, and governance ability underneath your seat. Underneath your seat, which is different to you. So right now you're getting the benefit because each of these seats has value because each of these seats part owns this arena, which means that every single business idea that comes through here that wants to get funding has to be tokenized, which means this arena, which means you, the seat holders, will have a piece of every single business company to be tokenized. It means the next Amazon out of Africa, wherever it is not yet founded, not yet started. The next big bed and breakfast chain, if you wanted to have a chain of bed and breakfast, hasn't been started yet, right? And as a result, when Miss Carolyn takes her 21 days and puts together her idea, her project, like some of those other people you saw did it, she's now able to come and pitch that idea, video format, however it is, and everything she did is already on blockchain. She's able to pitch that idea to these 19,531, which, by the way, is why I'm saying to you guys, you want to move quickly and put together your influence, because guess what? If you have a group of, you completed a 5x5 group here and you got 2 or 3 of these, guess what? You probably got a bunch of influence. You're going to have a bunch of influence as to who and what gets funded, which, by the way, probably be easy for you to get funded because they all know you. Right? This is how the real world works, family. It's how the real world works. Okay. If people say, I like that idea, I'll put $100 against that idea. Which, by the way, these 19,531 people here, they all probably have their own ideas as well. But this is inside of the stadium. Well, after we finish this, we'll have another layer, and that's going to go deep into Africa and other places. There's probably going to be another 2 million people. It's just like coming on to Shark Tank. Without sharks, but just us. Just like coming on to American Idol. American Idol worked because they know that there'll be 1 million people that actually like their product. So that's why they can sign up for $1 million after the game. Okay. All of this is strategically built, done. Okay. All right. You guys see the bigger picture what's going on?
Yes.
I do.
Okay. All right. And like they said, there's more, but I'm just going to quickly just glance at it because I think we're going to be nearing a point of oversaturation here in another 2 minutes. This is actually our partner company. We own a large percentage of this company, right? Baraka Financial Capital. This is, let's see. So what you're doing, guys, is huge with a capital huge. Okay. But since you guys are all signed up, I'm just showing you on the outside. I'm just showing you what the inside of what's going on is. Here you can, this is Baraka Financial. This is meant to manage stocks, bonds, mutual funds. Here we have already tokenized stocks, bonds, mutual funds, indices. So a person today, not later on, not next week, not next year, this is already functional. You can come on here and buy $2 worth of not some no-name stock, but somebody in Africa, they can come on and buy $2 worth of 3M stock, $2 worth of Airbnb, double A, AA. They can go buy Amazon stock. They can go buy Amex. Okay. This is already live, already operational, already happening, already. No, nothing to worry about, already happening. This is really for big hedge funds or people with big money to come and manage their own money back here, or hedge funds to manage their clients' money using AI. So you can go to AI, it'll tell you things like, if I got $5 right now, should I buy Apple stock or what should I do? Okay. Private assets. I'm just kind of just sharing with you briefly so that it's not you're not overwhelmed by too much stuff back here. Okay. But just so you understand, this is what Larry Fink is talking about. We already got it. Already got it underneath our hood. All right. Already got it underneath our system here. What happened? Okay. Right. So that's the entire system. Let me see if I could find one of my reward things back here.
Does this help you not to lose your business?
What'd you say?
Because in the first 5 years, a lot of businesses go down.
Yep.
They fail.
Yep. You got it. Who said that? I didn't get your I didn't get
Anna.
Anna. Okay, wonderful, Anna. Okay, got you, Anna. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. One of the reasons, and I'm sharing something with you guys here. That's when I was doing some testing. Here, I got over 7,000 people in this link. I just haven't shared what I'm sharing with you guys yet. Okay, there's over 7,000 people on this link right here. Over 7,000 of them. Okay, I just haven't released this yet because we want the structure to be in and the other stuff, but we got over 7,000 people as we've been testing and data testing and back testing, right? I tested three levels and 5 levels and all these other things. So I'm just sharing with you that this is, and a lot of these people in Africa and right, this is so. All right. So all of that to share with you that you're really in the front of something big. All of that because once you organize your group of 5 by 5, the chances of you failing, thank you, Anna, for bringing that up as a really strong point. The chances of you failing become significantly reduced because you got a team. Carolyn's not going to open up a bread and breakfast by herself. She'll have a team of people around her. Hence as well, our ecosystem, right? Our ecosystem, that's why we recommend that you have a team of people around you, because guess what? They got their own dreams. Some of them might not want to build their own thing, but they got money because they got token and they got skill sets. Hence, in the beginning of MapPass, again, right now, you guys are making all the money up front and all the token, everything up front, because we figuring out how best to explain this. I play with this stuff all day long. See, I got videos generating, all kinds of stuff over here. Look. Right? But it's helping, it's just figuring out what's the easiest thing. I got architects back here building models, right? You see right here, I got all kinds of stuff back here. Look, right? This is a MapPass guide, GPT, organizer for MapPass. We got a node app. So all kinds of stuff is going on back here. But you guys are on the forefront of everything, okay? You're the forefront of everything that's happening, okay? And let me see, do I have it on this one right here? Okay. And we already launched MapPass token, right? So I'm going to be getting some of that out people who already have their 5 by 5 completed. If you got your 5 by 5 completed, I'm going to give you a little bit of live token. I want you to see it's real, touch it, feel it. Go spend it. See that it works. That's my mission here today, because it's Monday on my side of town, but it's still Sunday on most people's side of town on that way. All right, I'm gonna stop this here because otherwise we end up going a lot longer. And I'm gonna stop right here. I just answer any questions that you might have. But this is all in all. So you got 5 by 5. You got a group of people around you. Some of them gonna want to actually build their own thing. Some of them are gonna want to support you in doing your own thing. The MapPass organizational system talks about how to organize people based on their strengths and their weaknesses and that kind of thing. So you have people around you that might say, you know what, Anna, I know that you're really good at organizing, and I want to start a textile company, and I'm not good at organizing, but I'm great at creating a vision, or I'm great at communication. And so, would you be able to work with me? And Anna could say yes, I'll do so. And Anna can bring her token. She could bring her skill. This is what we got going on in the background. Okay.
Now, if we want to attract the right people, is there some kind of marketing information we could put together so we can track the right people to bring them in there to show them how important this is?
Right. And so this is the videos that we're working on, right? And if you guys want to put together like a marketing group, I'll be happy to shoot videos out to you, and you guys can give me feedback on the videos. I'll go back to the drawing board and make them as good as I can make them for you, because what I want for you guys to be able to do is just to share a video, invite a person, have an admin, so you don't have to deal with the stress of showing a person where to click and what to do, but have an admin help to onboard your person so it feels nice, it feels clean, right? So then it's just a matter of you connecting with the right people, sharing a video with them, get them on a call if we need to get on a call to answer questions so they understand what happens. I would never go over all the detail I just went over with a brand new person. Is way too much information. But now that you guys are already inside, you got access. I went over it with you to give you a quick tour of what you actually part own. If you got a MapPass ID, you already part own a part of the system. We just putting it together for you right now. That's it. It's pretty robust, right? Pretty big system, right?
Yep. I haven't brought anybody in yet. I just signed up.
It's all good. You will. Right. Every person that you bring in, by the way, and every person that they bring in, you guys know that you're getting these tokens for multiple levels, right? So whenever you sign a person up, Anna, not only do you have your own token, by the way, you guys should check your wallet. You should have your NFTs as well. Just click
So
on it.
if we bring in 5,
Mhm.
and then it goes, and they bring in 5, and the other one brings in 5, and the fourth level brings in 5. Is that $11,000 or no?
Yep. Is 11,000 on 5 levels.
5, okay.
Yep. Just as you see in the comp plan right there on that we sent out, the revised comp plan for you.
And they pay you right away, right?
Yeah. Let me ask Carolyn. Carolyn, for the people you brought in, did you get paid?
Yes, I got paid.
How long it take? A week, a month?
It was instant right away.
There you go. It's all blockchain.
Okay, but can you spend that money because it's different tokens?
Carolyn, can you spend the money you have right now?
Yes, I can.
See, and so everything is engineered for this group here to win. Okay. I've been waiting for you guys and other people as well. All right.
We've been waiting for you.
Annie, you sound sweet. You sound like you're from the upper East Coast some kind of way.
I'm in Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. Oh, you in
Yeah.
Chicago. I
Yeah, I
love
know.
I love Chicago. I went to school in Minnesota. And yeah, in the Midwest. And so a bunch of my friends from school, I went to a little college called Carleton College in Minnesota. And because you're in the middle of nowhere, a bunch of my friends were from Chicago. So we take that 8-hour drive many weekends to go hang out in Chicago for the weekend and then go back to Minnesota.
And raise some hell, right?
What'd you say?
And raise some hell.
Yeah. Chicago will do that to you. I mean, it's a beautiful city, a lot of fun, a lot of good food, a lot of good eatery, a lot of good venues to see things. It's a beautiful place. So, yep.
Like, are you gonna give us a video? Like, say if we want to send it to somebody and they can listen to it, that would intrigue
Sure.
them.
Sure. So I guess you haven't seen any of our videos as yet, have you?
I only seen one, but it did. I don't know. It's a small one. I seen it. Someone sent it to me.
Okay, let me do this real quick. I'm gonna do.
Rhonda sent it to me.
All right, no worries. Let me do this for you here.
Trying to see which one it is.
All right. Um, all right. I'm pulling up the screen here for you. Uh,
Okay.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna drop this link here in the chat, and I'll give it to leaders here as well. By the way, all the money, actually not all, about 70% of all money, big money, is made in startups. You guys know why? Anybody know why?
No, tell us.
Okay. See, startups, they're looking to employ people. They're looking to employ people. They're looking to raise money. It really is the heartbeat. That's when everybody's optimistic and excited about, the company growing. And I'm gonna start my own. For the first time, I've been planning. I'm gonna open my own textile company. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I need some people to help me. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. Right. Yeah, I'm gonna open my own bed and breakfast. Let's do it. Right. Whereas companies typically, after they grow a little bit, uh, they typically, um, they typically want to shave numbers off. We want to shave numbers off, cut people out, get rid of people that they think might be making too much money, been at the company too long, et cetera, et cetera. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay. All right.
you lead
So I
into
just
better
dropped this.
organization.
Somebody said something?
Oh, this was Shelley. I was saying it helps lead to better organization of your company at the grassroots level when you
Exactly.
start. Mm-hmm.
Exactly. All right. So these are some videos here that I've made thus far, right? And obviously, as every single day, the videos gonna get better and better, right? And so I got probably another 3 videos or so to upload. And that's what I'm saying. If you give me feedback, some of these I'll delete some of these videos because some of them are not exactly explaining what we're doing right this minute. But um, you know, like this one, a few people tend to like this one, right? So just these are different videos that explain different things, right? But what we're really looking to do is, and this is how it is with any startup, any company, right? You grow, you pivot fast, right? And so the most challenging part, it's not hard, it's just a challenge, but it's to get what we have in our head and what we got in all these things is to convey that to a person. And so that's why right now it's a lot of back and forth between, let me see, between myself and the, let me show you something. There's a lot of back and forth in terms of, how do we get the message to be as clear as possible, right? And so every single day, that's what I'm working on, figuring out how to get the message clearer and cleaner and easier for people to see. And also, every person that's here, as a person, as every person comes into the system, as every person comes into the system, there's a stamp that says, okay, you just came in first, you came in second, you came in third, and there's tokens that are being allotted for those spots. Like I said, it's only for the first 19,000 spots. All right. After that, people will be watching pay-per-view. They won't have a seat in this MapPass stadium. All right. Any questions that people might have, I'm going to stop sharing and